Hi, I'm Garm and this is Midgardia's cool crowdfunding show. I'm here today with Bubblegum Sam. How's it going?
I am. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Excellent. So, you're here today to tell us about Lumen Rider Core, so why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Woman Rider call. Yes. Okay, Garum. Let me first start by asking you, what's your favorite? What's your favorite Kamen Rider?
Double. Easy.
Double. Amazing. Okay. All right. So in Double, right? It's you got like whole huge cast of characters. For the most part, you only really have like two Kamen Riders, two Sorry, I just wanna at this point I should probably say Lumen Rider is not officially affiliated with Kamen Rider. Uh,
It
so
is,
don't sue.
yeah, it's
Uh,
inspired by.
it's inspired by it sounds similar, but it's different enough
Mhm.
to not be to not be copyright unfriendly. Anyway, so in Double, right? I think this pulls us into a very what I feel is to be the most interesting part of Lumen Rider in the end, that is the rider ally relationship inside and outside combat. So I guess for Double, right, you have Philip and then you have Shotaro. Shotaro is sort of like half the main half of the rider, and then you have Philip over the one side. Also fully part of the rider, but he's also coming out with strategies, using what skills he's learned. So you can't really do that in let's say for instance 5E. You know what I mean? How do you hack? I'm pretty sure there's a way, but it's not gonna be smooth. It's not gonna be as interesting. So what I've done, right, is I've taken the idea of like riders and their supporting cast, and I've made it, and tried my best, and I think I've pulled it off to make playing allies just as interesting as playing the main riders. So you can be even what's the name? What's the name of the
The landlord. Yeah.
yes, the landlord.
Yeah, the name is completely
Um,
escaping me.
yeah, that's not the most important character. So let's say if you wanted to play Shotaro and Philip, one player will be playing Shotaro, and another play as a rider, another one playing will be playing Philip as an ally. And what allies do is that they basically have this. They also still run by the Lumen system. They roll dice before anyone goes. They roll dice and they decide how they want to. They gain assists and they decide how they want to spend those assists to help the rider as buffs. And it's something you don't really see in games, isn't it? You don't really see like support in games a lot. At most, you get like maybe clerics in D&D, they get like the heal. Maybe some other games, allies or even give like plus ones to other players, but this is a game in which um the allies are sort of like vital to the whole combat experience, because without them the rider will die. The
Right.
rider will get annihilated
Yeah.
without the ally, and that's in the show. That's pretty much in the show itself. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
mean,
that's that's the big thing. Yeah.
yeah. Blazing Him has a support class, but this is much more focused on that.
Mm-mm-mm. Yes. Actually, I actually stole it from Spencer Campbell's Slayers,
Oh,
because
yeah.
they do have a technician class, but I've expanded on it, made a whole like half of the game based around this. Yeah.
I really need to play Slayers. Like, it's on my shelf back there.
Mm.
I just need to actually play
Oh
it
shit.
sometime.
Oh boy. It's actually it's very interesting actually, especially to pick apart if you want to work on your designs and all that. Where you you don't see you don't see asymmetrical class design much, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like Slayers' entire jam. It is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It is beautiful. You should try Drifters as well. You should try Drifters. You should check out anything from Spencer Campbell, because I've been stealing from him this whole time.
Yeah.
Drifters is the cowboy version of Slayers.
I love me
Yeah.
some cowboys.
Mm, mm-hmm.
I think I've only
Oh man.
I've only picked up physical versions of two things from Cool Crowdfunding. One of them is
Mhm.
Slayers, and the others is Sagas and Six Guns, the Norse cowboy setting for Savage Worlds.
Wait,
So
there's a Norse cowboy setting.
yeah, no, it's real
Oh,
good.
okay.
uh,
You send me the link
oh, I
later.
will. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're not
Um,
gonna plug other people on this on my episode. No way.
except for Spencer Campbell, we can plug
Like,
Spencer because
yeah,
it's a Lumen game.
it's a Lumen game. Lumen's on the title. uh,
So, how would you describe Lumen Rider to somebody who's not familiar with tokusatsu
okay.
kind of stuff?
Oh man. Well, you pulling out the hard question so
Hardball time,
hardly.
hardball time,
Hard.
hardball time.
Oh man, this is a fucking wrecking ball. Hmm. Okay, I think the best the best way to pitch a tokusatsu game to someone who doesn't know anything about tokusatsu is just go, what's your favorite genre of fiction, and what happens when we add in monsters and superheroes into it, transforming superheroes. So that brings me into Lumen Rider Austen, uh, which is a Regency era Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, Sensibility, all that inspired hack of Lumen Rider. It's an extension, um, where where the main focus is on you know how these Regency era stories go. You usually have all these sort of like cliches where you have a forward-thinking woman, a hot, broody man, and they're all trying to, and all these characters are trying to. The main crux of the series is of these stories that two people have to get together uh, against all odds, and in defiance, not in defiance, but like they're trying to navigate a very oppressive, very patriarchal society. So imagine that, but with Kamen Riders, but with superheroes, but with, like, let's say one of them is Spider Man, for example. Um, that is the beauty of tokusatsu. That is the beauty of tokusatsu. Like we talk about Double. Double is, they basically took the detective genre, made it into, and made it into a, just added Kamen Riders to it, added tokusatsu heroes to it. We also have Kuga original. Kuga is a police procedural where you fight serial killing monsters. Amazing. Um, I think just to throw in one more, Forze. Forze is a high school, very much a high school after school special, and then they just threw it in. The best tokusatsu shows work without the tokusatsu elements. I think, because like the reason why, I guess, why I enjoy it, Kamen Rider, especially for Double, right? Since you love Double, the characters really sell the show outside of the suit. Shotaro, Philip, um, mainly Shotaro and Philip. Terry is an okay character.
I love him.
It's nice that he's there, but it's the two mains that really sell the show, and they really sell it based on their personalities and all that. And like, there's a lot of style, there's a lot of flair. It's a love letter to the genre itself,
Yeah,
and that's what the strength of Lumen Rider is. You can put in any genre you want. Um, for example, Lumen Rider Austin. You can do it in yeah, you can destroy any show you want. If you wanted to make a Star Wars, make Star Wars and add in tokusatsu heroes, you could. You know, that's the beauty of it. You wanted to do Star Trek, you could. You wanted to do even, like, I don't know, Wheel of Time, you could. It fits in seamlessly. Just put it in there, it will work.
I
So you
want
can do that in Lumen Rider Core.
I want to do
Sorry, go ahead.
Rider of Thrones. That's what I'm thinking now.
Right? You see, it works because they're already wearing armor, right?
Yeah, and like they've got some magic swords and stuff. You just turn that into a
Yeah,
driver, and like you're good.
yeah. like like, I mean, we seen like, even in Ryuki, right? They summon dragons and shit. I mean, that's come on. Shit, I want to do that
God,
now.
God, there are so many good common riders.
Mm,
And yeah, like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Philip and Shotaro would work absolutely fine as like just hard boiled detectives. Like it's still kind of parody mostly because of Shotaro and
Yeah.
the constant hard boiled. But Yeah.
Hydra boiled.
God, the special with the like I'm trying not to get too far off track, but the special with the like cooking competition where he makes the world's most hard boiled egg, genius.
Holy shit.
Have you not
Okay.
seen that?
I've not seen that.
Oh my god.
I'll see that later. Hold on, let me just like open it up. Hard boiled egg double. Come on, right, double. We are getting a bit sidetracked, but yes. Okay, I got that. Wow, it's 17 minutes long.
Yeah, it's like a DVD extra or something.
17 minutes. Okay,
It's
that's great. I'll
it's a
save
thing of
this for
beauty.
later.
But yes, so Lumen Rider. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the investigation system?
Investigation system. Well, there's not much to it because these stories are not that complex in the show to begin with. um,
I bet it's that guy we saw 15 minutes ago. Oh yeah, so it is.
yeah, yeah. But you see, that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is that we have the feeling of like emulating that. I think the gumshoe system is probably one of the best investigation mechanics, alongside Brindlewood Bay. But this one makes a bit more. This one fits what I'm trying to do more, which is like giving a player a bunch of skills, giving them very random skills such as fashion, cooking, maybe even like medical, even more serious stuff like medicine and stuff like that, and having them spend points to push the story forward. That's it. There's no like fluff. There's no like fill out like there's no like complicated investigation mechanics. You just spend a point and it happens. That's the beauty of the gumshoe system, and it works for the fast and easy way Lumen Rider works. And that's the same for any tokusatsu shows. It just happens. There's no, and then it leads to a fight.
Yeah.
So really, the investigation system is there to support. I do want to talk about the fashion skill. The fashion
Yes.
skill is great, because like I openly suggest that let players do this in the game itself. Um, First, how like monster designs they always have a human host, right?
Right.
Or they always have a human host. So what happens is that using fashion skill, you can actually spend a point to identify the owner of the kaijin, the host of the kaijin, by seeing similarities between the kaijin's design and the human form's design. This this is something that happens a lot, right? So let's say you have a bee kaijin, all right, and there's like stripes and a stinger. So you can spend a fashion skill point to look for someone who is wearing striped clothing and has sort of like a stinger accessory at the back.
Right,
You know what I mean? Maybe,
like a messenger bag with like a
yes,
thing hanging off the back. Yeah.
yes. And you can spend a point to be like, hey, a minute, that guy looks like a bee. That's the host. Oh,
I really like that. It's just sort of an
yes.
established thing. It just keeps happening.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like how in
So
uh like how in Power Rangers, like canonically, Rangers of a certain color are drawn towards that color in the
yes,
rest of their life.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, unless you're Tommy. Unless you're Tommy.
No,
Um,
even Tommy, like when he gets oh god, when he becomes a Dino Ranger, one of the first things he says is, "I need to go buy some new clothes," and then he's in that color for the rest of the series.
nice. Doesn't he change though? Doesn't he become a Red Ranger in Turbo?
I don't know, honestly. There's
Uh,
only like two or three I've seen, more than 50% of.
I
Um,
see. I see. I
most
see.
I think it's
I've only
like, yeah. Sorry, good.
no, no. I've only ever seen one, so I'm like,
Oh, they're an experience, I tell you.
mm-hmm. Oh man.
Yeah,
I think unrelated to like some kind of unrelated, but like I do notice like tokusatsu fan bases, they don't really have Power Rangers versus Sentai Wars. Everybody's just kind of like, yeah, the both exist, both are fine,
yeah, they're both
both.
they're both very different, honestly. Like some versions of each kind of suck, but the
Mm,
other version of that series could be pretty good.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you watched RPM?
I haven't. I think
Oh
the
man.
last one I watched much of was Lightspeed Rescue because I was still like about the right age.
Oh, oh
Uh,
man.
I do have a copy of the official tabletop role playing game, but that's neither here
Okay.
nor there.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that
We're
came
not
out.
gonna. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not gonna diss them today.
yeah.
But yeah, for those of you who are listening, I'm also including Super Sentai Power Rangers play in the expansion Lumen Rider Squadron, which has been funded.
Excellent,
You can
excellent.
also do Ultraman. You can also do Mecha. Yes,
I do love
yes, yes,
mecha.
yes. You do want Mecha, yeah. I mean, yeah, you can, yeah. That's the beauty of it. Yeah.
The
Can your Power Rangers role playing game do mechas?
we may never know.
We may never know. You have to go look at it yourself. I'm not here to make enemies.
Yeah. So speaking of your projects, can
I,
you tell me about the ultimate synthesis of your recent projects? Lumen Rider Capitalites?
oh shit. Okay, wow. Okay, Lumen Rider Capitalites. It's not what you're expecting. I'm very happy with it because like I've gotten some art. Getting some art worked in by Sweet Cyanide. Um, I do believe, yeah, she's from the Philippines. So I can you should probably like link her work in the description
Yeah, we'll
because
do.
she deserves a lot more love. Um,
It's a hell of a name.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a hell of a name, hell of an artist. So basically what I want to do, Lumen Rider Capitalites, right? Is what does it look like if I inserted Lumen Rider into this world, into my world? What would that look like? How do I apply that tokusatsu logic, right? And I sort of ended up in this. Hey, we haven't seen like proper urban horror, right? In tokusatsu for a long time. Ghost did a bit of it, but not enough. It
And
was there in the early Showa era. Yeah.
there was also Amazons, which
Yes.
that was an experience.
Yes. Yes. Okay. But you see,
Yeah.
that's just one. We have Kuga as well. Kuga is proper horror, but we don't get much of it, and it's strangely enough, right? The fact that these are people in rubber suits doesn't take away from the fact that it is horror, right? So what what's going to happen in Lumen Rider Capitalize is I'm doubling down on the idea of on urban horror and moving back into Kamen Rider Prologue, that kind of transformation, that kind of very grisly early 90s practical effects type of gore without going too much into exploitation like Tokyo Gore Police. The pitch of it is that I'm drawing in inspiration from Gnosticism, very heavy Catholicism vibes, mixed in with social media. Okay, so uh, so each so each of the monsters and riders are based off a social media app and a major arcana tarot. Um, okay, it makes sense. So
No,
what the
no,
hell though?
I'm on board. Like
Yeah.
absolutely, Sam, I adore this.
Yeah. So how the belt works is that it's kind of like a flashy thing. You put your phone here, you go to the app, okay, and then
Yeah.
you sort of like scan like a arcane QR code, and there's like a scanner here. You swipe your card, your tarot cards, then you transform. And how you transform is that your rider form bursts out the top half of your body, just destroys your top half of the body, and the rider forms look angelic. They look like a mix between like biblically accurate angels bi- and uh and like and sort of like early Showa riders. Yeah, mixed in with like a bit of like early Heisei stylings. Um, yeah, it is wild. The first rider I'm designing is called Kamen Rider Talker. Okay. You can guess what that means.
Yep.
They fight with staff. They fight with staff. They have the ability to edit space and time. Okay. So they can apply filters to things. They can speed time up. Um, they can sort of like sort of like deflect attacks based on like cutting it out of reality as the base form. Yeah.
I just
We
want to
also
see.
have
Sorry, go
sorry.
ahead. I was gonna say
No, we also got
I want to see the one based on Grinder.
oh no.
Lumen Ryder grindress.
Oh, oh, uh, we'll get to that. Yeah, you have to buy the game to get to that point. Obviously, I have put in a dating app one.
Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So yeah, so if you want to harness the power of like of you want if you want to harness the power of Nephilim and social media apps like TikTok and Instagram, play Lumen Rider Capital Lights. Yeah. A lot of work is going into this setting. Okay, there are like 21 capitalites characters in the original capitalites, and that means you have 21 kaijin, potential kaijin. So you'll be able to. You don't need the original capitalites to play the game, but it will help that. But so as you're playing through like the drama and shit, um, any of your side characters can actually become kaijin. All right, and these kaijin will each capitalites has like a specifically statted kaijin for this, and then some more. So yeah, I'm excited.
That's beautiful.
Mm.
Also, there are few sentences that excite me more than "I'm taking inspiration from Gnosticism."
Yes, yes, yes. Oh man, yeah. We are doing a thing where I don't have any art for it yet. But we are doing a thing where like the alchemical circles. We are
Right.
mixing it in with QR codes. So in universe, what this means is that you actually using like your phone, you scan the QR code and then you unlock like another layer of reality. Yeah, that's great. I love
Sam,
appropriating.
this is
Yeah,
amazing. This is beautiful.
I know. It's great.
You're a
Oh man.
genius.
Thank you. Well, it's anyone can do it. You just take a random genre and be like, how does this work as a tokusatsu show? You know?
I mean, it's easy to say that. It's easy to be like, yeah, wouldn't it be, amusing if we did like apps and Arcana? But like actually doing it, actually making it into a functional thing that like has that sort of thematic coherence, as much as any tokusatsu product does. Um, it's hard, man. It's real
Oh
difficult.
no. Now it's easy with Lumen Rider Core because there's a lot of the setting. This it takes like 1-2 hours to just set up the setting, right? Because because there's a lot of roll tables, a lot of questions, but you can now easily do all that with Lumen Rider Core and instantly have it make sense within a Sentai Rider, even maybe even an Ultraman context, right? Because we were playing because we were playing like I guess prehistory. We were trying to combine. We rolled on the random tables. We got like dinosaurs and pop idols. So what happened was like, okay, we have these two concepts. How does it tie in together? You know, maybe they are immigrant. Maybe the kaijin are refugees from another universe, and we stuck with that. Okay, and how does that fit in with the pop idol thing? Through some like I don't remember the details, but through some really like moon brain thinking, right? It somehow, as we played the game, it somehow made sense as a coherent universe, and we stopped questioning the fact that these incoherent things were somehow being like in universe. It made perfect sense. That's the thing with Lumen Rider Austin as well, right? Because you may think, how does that fit in? Well, let me sell you on Lumen Rider Austin a bit. It's all about social standing. It's all about partnership, right? You know what else is all about partnership? You know, tokusatsu shows. You know, so what my pitch for Lumen Rider Austin is? I didn't get much into this earlier, but think Ryuki, think Garm. You got seven esteemed houses in landed gentry of in England of that time, and each one has a rider suit which they pass down from generation to generation to sort of like elevate their social standing. So you don't get stuff like because it's dinosaurs, right? You're not getting stuff like Lumen Rider Epoch. You're not getting Lumen Rider Paleo, for example. You're getting stuff like Lumen Rider Bennett, Lumen Rider Smith, Lumen Rider Sanchez, that kind of thing, right? And they're all representing the family names, and they're all dueling it out for the stake of like, oh, who gets what, who owns what, and you can actually get more powerful if you choose to marry yourself with another person from a different family, from another rich family. You know what I mean? Is that sort of thing which like I could you remove the rider suits. It makes sense in universe. It's something that you could see rich people doing, having duels to sort of
Yeah.
like do their ranking, and you just slot in rider suits. Boom, it works.
It's
Yeah.
like the like 3 episodes of Common Rider where fights between Common Riders decide who could like use which stage.
Mm. Yes,
And
yes, yes,
then they scrapped that like immediately because that's the kind of show Gaim was.
yes, yes. Well, game was unhinged. Oh
Gaim was
man.
gloriously perfectly unhinged, except for the last arc, which kind of went, you know. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, let's not talk about the last arc. So yeah, if you wanted to make your own thing, if we want to do a game designer, a RPG game designer slash streamer, actual play based campaign, easy, easy. The ally could be like a Twitch streamer, you know, you watching and giving tips, you know, or even the ally could be a GM and the riders as players, or game designers, right? So Lumen Rider Tabletop, one of the examples I'm giving in the game. He she harnesses the power of stuff like of uh of of games like Mothership. So she has a Mothership form. You know, I'm thinking maybe she should have a Wonder Home form, but I'm not sure how that works thematically. We'll figure it out. But yes, I'm just saying you can do that. By all means, you can. If you're interested in Lumen Rider, and if you're not sold yet, completely sold yet, just know that you can do it in anything, any genre you want. It works.
you know what the absolute top tier like meta thing to do would be? It's Lumen Rider Lumen with other like Lumen games for each archetype.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So you got Apocalypse Frame, you got Gunfucks, you got all that.
Yeah,
So like different, yeah, amazing. You know,
that's I'm just saying,
that's
you
the
know,
next.
that's the big brain
That's
play.
that's yeah. Kind of Lumen Rider Nova, Lumen Rider Light.
Lumen Rider
Yeah,
blazing him. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There we go. There we go. It works. It works. It makes sense. You know, in this universe, we are all Lumen designers, and we're trying to fight back against I don't know some conglomerate or something. Some maybe
Some
the
sort of seaside sorcerers, yes.
yeah, CFI sorcerers, yeah, using the power of fast combat, you know, and everybody, all the kaijin are stuck to grids. That's why we're more powerful. Uh, uh, oh man, yeah.
Oh,
So that's the game. That's Lumen Rider. That's Lumen Rider for you. Amazing.
Sam, you're an absolute joy to talk to, by the way.
Hmm, I
Um,
know.
is there anything else you'd like to bring up while we're here?
Fuck. I mean, look. I mean, look. Oh yeah, we are doing a dungeon crawler for Lumen Rider. Um,
Dungeons
so I
plus
got
dance, yeah.
dungeons was the I may change the dance thing. To speak that's I'm just gonna shift through a bunch of like um gonna shift through a bunch of like disparate things that start with D. Uh, maybe dining. We'll see about that, or maybe design. We'll see about that. But the main thing here is that I'm very interested in yeah, seeing what I can do with traditional fantasy settings and seeing how that works as a toku because nobody has done it, and I want that to happen very very hard.
But
Yes.
consider the synchronicity between grids for combat and the like mid '80s style dance floor with the like light up.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
it's got
You're
to be
right.
dance.
You're right. Oh man. You're right.
Well, Sam, it's been wonderful to talk to you. I shall let you go and leave you to think through the implications.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
And for those of you watching at home, please check the links below. You can go get Lumen Rider Core right now. You can play the core stuff. I believe Austin isn't out yet. Is that correct?
Austin is not out yet. We only
Yeah.
have the basic rules, but a lot more is coming. A lot more is coming.
Yeah. And make your own setting. We have given you plenty of weird ideas. And just look on your bookshelf, pick 2 things and go.
Yeah.
Um
I actually suggest you know what you should do is if you really do want to make good use of like the unplayed games you have in your unplayed settings you have on your shelf, let's say you have 1,000 islands, or maybe a place in that. Just take that and jam it together, Lumen Rider core. It will work. I shit you not.
Beautiful. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night. Have a good night.